Fantastic debut for him 1 week ago at Richmond today. Remember, did what he needed to a week ago at Richmond. Can he do that again today in terms of the chase? Got some good trucks coming through the field and coming towards the back as we take a look at the rest of the field in New Hampshire. Got my eyes on that Carlos a few weeks back. IRP finished runner-up in that race.
I think that was a statement race for Connor Bozak. We can see the tracks are a lot alike too. You short track racing, so see what Carter being clean starting deep in the field, what he can do today. Christopher Bell.
All right. Well, set. All right. Good morning, everybody. Chase fan number 9 here. Welcome to another live stream. This week, it's NASCAR race week in the Granite State at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Today, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race, the Team EJP 175. This is the 1.1 flat. This is the flat 1.1 mile oval. They call it the Magic Mile. Should be a good race today. This is the last race of the Truck Series regular season. After today, 10 drivers will be racing for a Truck Series championship. Lane Riggs and Caden Honeycutt are on the front row. And yeah, should be a good race. Obviously, passing is going to be tough as usual because it's obviously a flat oval. So yeah. There are some Cup guys in this field like Connor Zilish in the 71 and Christopher Bell in the 62. Bell's always the favorite when it comes to New Hampshire, but I have a feeling a regular is going to win today. And we also got Nemechek in the field too. Anyways, here we go. Pace car is the pit road. Green flag is out, and we're racing at New Hampshire in the Truck Series. Up caution. Wow.
33 gets around. That's a new driver this week. Luke Bowman switching to the 33, replacing Frankie Muniz.
33 is already wrecked.
That's a couple guys that have raced here in New Hampshire a lot. It's really hard to see on the front straightaway. It's flat. You're setting
Jake Garcia got some damage to that bumper.
It just becomes a chain reaction wreck, and that's exactly what we saw. Baldwin started last, and he was one of the guys that got turned around there. You can see some damage there on Jake's truck as well, right at 98.
Yeah, well, let's keep an eye on that damage on the 98. Jake Garcia, keep in mind, he was one of the guys just outside of the chase cutoff line. He was 21 points back. Needed to have a good start to this race to try and score some stage points potentially. We'll have to see if they got a hit to repair this or what they're going to have to do. And he was starting further up front, Michael, so that tells you that.
Anyways, got 4 drivers in the voting poll. Grant Enfinger, Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, and Jake Garcia. Make sure to put your votes in, as always. Take a look at the starting grid. The one truck is being driven by Gavin Boschel, who raced at IRP several weeks ago. He did a good job there. The 72 is Michael Christopher Jr. It's a third Hallmark Friesen truck. It's actually a throwback scheme to Michael Christopher's uncle, the late Ted Christopher. It's a throwback to a scheme that he ran the late models, I think, years ago. I've seen a picture of it. Looks pretty cool. John Hunter Nemechek, again, the number 5. Colin Bronze back in the 25. We got Patrick Emmerling in the field. He's a favorite. When it comes to late models in New Hampshire, Patrick's always the favorite there. Also got Timmy Hill, Dawson Sutton, Luke Baldwin back there. Now, Rackley War brought 2 trucks this week. The 27 was going to be driven by Sutton, and the 26 was going to be driven by Tony Breidinger. So they basically swapped rides. But the 27 failed to qualify. So as a result, Breidinger stepped out to let Dawson Sutton drive. So that's what we have.
Just make sure you fill her.
Frankie Muniz was supposed to drive the 33, but Luke Baldwin failed to qualify, so Baldwin stepped in the 33 as Frankie Muniz had to step aside and let him race.
Just all went bad there in a hurry. It didn't look like the radiator was punctured and there was any water running out of that truck. So I think that maybe they can repair it, get some laps in. That's the goal, getting some laps for this young man.
Yeah, Emma's got more on that driver change.
Yeah, funny enough, I had turned to the scanner of Luke Baldwin, and on my scanner it still says Muniz as the driver. But yeah, I talked to Luke Baldwin this morning. He said that he was sitting in the hauler just so upset that he wasn't going to race in his sixth race here this season.
There were 41 trucks entered into this race, and of course 5 went home. The others were the 20 in Mason Massey and the 2 that Luke Baldwin was going to drive.
He wanted to be able to put the team in a position to pick up as many points as he could. But in talking to Luke, he talks about his growth in the series and what he's hoping to accomplish. He's got a good budding relationship going with Wayne Riggs. Spent a lot of time with him this weekend. But in listening to the scanner, even right now, guys, it sounds like they're going to get some bear bond on this truck and get that 33 back on track.
Also happening this week is the very controversial IndyCar race in Washington, D.C. I may not be able to watch the race in its entirety because tomorrow's Cup race has been pushed to 11 a.m. Pacific time or 2 p.m. Eastern because of weather. Kind of a good decision. That one time Christopher Bell won there 2 years ago, they won on wet weather tires.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The images that have coming out this week are just absolutely incredible. My favorite part so far of that trophy, have you guys seen that trophy? 75 pounds, and it is spectacular. Pretty rough track, right? You're going to be tired by the end of driving that race. They will definitely know that they got to work out there. And how cool, though, to race around the nation's capital. I mean, just what a special event. You talked about how cool, but how huge and probably heavy the trophy is, so it might be tough to lift that thing up.
These guys are lining up. We're going to give this a go again. Like I said, it's just if you're in that second row, Regan, I mean the third row, you see what the leaders do. So it just makes it very difficult to anticipate.
Well, no, I don't know. I'm just going.
Especially if you're back even the pack.
Well, the thing is, I want to pay you as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, can you hear me what?
Just want to pay you as soon as possible. That's all.
Problem. Don't worry about it.
Here we go. The drivers approach the Echo Park Automotive restarts. Green flag. In the air early on here at New Hampshire.
All right, here we go. Back to green. Let's try this again. Here we go.
Great start there on the outside by Wayne Riggs, but that one took a look down low.
Zilch wastes no time going to second.
Just a little bit.
Look at that mop back there, 3-1 already. Probably going to be a 4-wide when they get back here to the corner. These guys are just looking all over this little racetrack for room to race.
Riggs out front of the backstretch with Sage to the honeycomb for Shero and Diesel. He's recognized. Now trying to get that second position back right now from Tyler Zilic. And this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on all day long, Michael. It can be very difficult to pass, right? You want to find a way to get door to door with that truck to your outside.
The stages 1 and 2 are 55 laps, and the final stage is 65 laps.
He was all the way down on the apron trying to make that move on the morning truck with the shell. Couldn't get it done, but just like you said, Regan, you can make progress, you can get inside the guy, but finishing that pass is just so very difficult. I like the fact that Regan's able to get it done. I talked to him earlier today, and he said, our truck's handling great. I'm really looking forward to today. It's going to be hard to match, just like you said, Regan.
He needs 10 points. Clinches spot. He begins the day in 7th place. Of course, got that win here late in the season, just a few weeks back at Lyra.
Performance that was. You made a statement there. We're talking about statement wins like we saw from Baker last week at Richmond. Who will be the man today?
Lyra out of the field looking good early on. The 29-year-old
Speaking of John Nemechek, tomorrow tomorrow the Legacy Motor Club Toyotas are gonna both have Dollar Tree on their cars, but for Nemechek it's gonna be a little different. Instead of the number 42, he'll be using the number 40 in conjunction with Dollar Tree's 40th anniversary, which I think is a good fit. It's a green and gold colored car, and Jones is going to be running the standard Dollar Tree car, and that one is what you see on the 5 truck today. Tight racing.
He's open right now. He can run off and hide for a few moments somewhere. Get away from all this hard racing that they're doing right here. Maybe protect the truck just a little bit until they can get it stretched out a little. Lewis had that good little 3-race stretch. Coronado, Lime Rock, and North Wilkesboro. 3 straight top 5s.
Look at that move there for Ankrum. Nice way to get the gas down
Contact.
and grab that spot. You can see John Hunter roughing up Landon a little bit. We're going to be rubbing and racing all day long.
33 trucks coming off pit road.
Lewis, one of the biggest movers early on, +3. It's Miller at the top, +6. We mentioned off the top. 7 wins across the 3 NASCAR series and 12 starts on his track.
Well, I know I don't talk about the announcers as much, but we got Eric Brennan in the booth today. He's pretty good at broadcasting or announcing this race. Oh, there goes the 45, and around he goes. Yep, that wasn't. And caution's out.
Landon just cut down really low on John Hunter. I think John Hunter said, "I'm here," and ran with Lewis.
And we've seen these trucks racing around each other for the better part of 3, 4, 5 laps now, and just, man, some extremely aggressive racing this early on.
That's a shame right there.
Lewis, talented young driver, 20 years of age, from Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, from Nice. And unfortunately, it brings out our second caution as they're going to check on the driver of that 45 truck. Lap number 14 of this 55-lap stage 1.
He must not be able to get it to Grand Prix because it's not hurt bad enough to where he couldn't drive off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the same thing. We are at New Hampshire under our second early caution in this regular season finale.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's we received to offer self-administration from the start.
Trumfaya can help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks and can help patients achieve lasting remission.
Some have physical healing of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Trumfaya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Trumfaya today. They'll tell you who you are. What you can't do.
Where you don't belong.
And with the right people this side, you have to use them.
You don't wait for success, you chase it. Sharper, tougher, faster, with every lap.
And when you give everything you got, you don't just win. You inspire what comes next.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun. Not spoon fan. The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub, free day included.
How do you nourish a cat naturally? Purina Cat Chow Naturals. Purina Ketchup, the high-protein natural way to nourish for a lifetime of wow. Everybody's got the chow. Purina Ketchup Naturals. Chow.
Patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see Sensodyne on the shelf.
Beautiful place starts at $9.99 like a super slam. I'm drinking anytime, dinner, breakfast, for lunch. No more rules. At Denny's.
Yeah, well, I had to pay. Take on well. It was funny. It was funny, but that's not just funny. That's just Craftsman. Was that almost a retainer? Yeah, but it's exactly
It's food survival skill. That's what. It'll kill a fella. But a blue touch of white, it's
the grudges just, successful. They've
white.
and sometimes wanted to do some more pop stuff and everything. So, we have to deal with it.
Craftsman Truck Series racing from New Hampshire.
Then
Two cautions early on. The last one brought out by contact between the 5 and the 45. That's Landon Lewis back out on track.
He asked, "Is that you, right?" Yeah, I said to
You
the
can see the big block to the inside for Lewis, and John Hunter just said, "I'm here." And didn't let him off get up there. How far would he be racing that hard, I think?
Yeah, and I don't even know there was necessarily a block. I think he was trying to, invite somebody's to keep him behind you right here. That move was really late into the corner. And you see, when you get down this low in New Hampshire, it flattens out down there, as we've talked about already, Mikey, and it gets dirty down there, too. I know it's the start of the race, but there's still dirt and dust down there that's not been cleared off. You just lose that grip and wash up into the guy to your outside.
It's hard to come up to an article.
The 18 truck here.
Why aren't you dead? It's not that. It's like
He tried to hang on to that truck for as long as he could. And once you get into that long of a slide, it's just gets only better. Time until it's finally going to swap ends on you. And you kind of have two options there. Do I try to save it, or do I let it spin and stand on the gas and hope it stays off the wall? And unfortunately, he's late as that was in the corner. Just not enough time to keep it off the wall.
not what you want. How would you survive? How do you survive on that?
This came to pit road, Regan, under this caution there. You see.
To be honest with you,
I don't know what they say down there on early to come to the pits.
Yeah, they went ahead and took more time as well to just get right in and maybe put him back in a track position later when we get through these stages. But man, he was on this slugger hard and qualifying, and they've just been having to dig back out from that, which is a shame because they look so great in practice. According to Christian Eckes, and talking to the crew chief David Ellens prior to the race, they made significant adjustments over, but not enough to clear him.
yeah,
3 top 5 says last 4 races, including a 3rd place at Richmond last week.
All right, let's try this again.
Christian Eckes.
working, looking in different directions for things.
Here we go, back to green. 18. Okay, Honeycutt gonna try to retake second from the 71.
Running well there in that 19 truck as well.
Beginning today, 9th place in points, just ahead of time right now. Top 10 go to the chase. It'll all be decided this afternoon here in New Hampshire.
Yes, it will. It's going to be dramatic all day long. See, just very aggressive hard racing all the way through the field.
I went back and watched last year's race. It was unbelievable. A lot of carnage throughout that race, especially early on. We're trying to match that right now with the start of this race so far.
Daniel Hemrick going third. Yeah, speaking of Dan Hemrick, I swear those Bill McAnally boys, they really need to start getting their stuff together.
Giorgero looking on at this battle. It's not the top 5. He's got a fast truck. Really turning good through the center. Just keep ducking low there.
He has locked his spot in the chase. In fifth place to begin the day. Where's Christopher Bell? A lot of good moves early on for him.
He's got a fast truck. He's climbed up the biggest mover so far. You see right down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's made a statement here, driving up inside, battling for a spot inside the top 10 here.
With Jake Garcia, 98, who's just on the wrong side of the bump to begin the day. Jake's going to do everything he can to hold this spot right here. You got to remember that is 120 right now. It really doesn't seem like a lot. But at the end of this race,
Christopher Bell got ream on his car.
He will battle off the damage. We have question marks. Okay, was that damage going to affect? It doesn't look like it's affected too much yet. The nose damage that we were questioning there, don't see a lot there, but we'll continue to pay attention to that.
Look at Bell, still trying to compete for the bottom. Good run down into 3, but you can just run in a little bit harder on that high side and makes it very difficult to get the pass done on the bottom.
Year, Christopher Bell here in the Truck Series. 4 top 10s in his first 5 races.
Majeski right there in that bright yellow truck with Stuart Friesen. Here you see John Litter down on the bottom of that dollar tree number 5.
Majeski's the final truck that began the day, having locked his spot already into the chase. I feel like every time that we have highlighted a battle where we've got a lot of action going on, there's a bright green truck right in the middle of John Hunter Nemechek out here having some fun today. He's been in the middle of a lot of battles and almost wonder if he's going to look 3 wide right there for a moment.
We got a bright yellow and a bright green and a bright orange.
The first time he tried to squeeze through the middle in the first part of this race, that tried with John Hunter.
Look at that big push. John Hunter gives to Friesen on the outside. Hoping to use the momentum on the outside to get his way around the 88.
Now for 13th right there. Battles all over the track here on lap number 26.
See Ben Rhodes in that bright orange truck. He's trying to join that hustle. The difficult part of this truck reading was just because you're going so fast in these long straight simply just isn't any making. So getting in, the truck wants to get a little bit loose down there. You really have to manage that.
And on top of wants to get loose, Michael, there's some significant bumps at the entry of both corners. You'll see as they go into turn 1 right here. These trucks will hop up and down some, and you're in a heavy braking zone right there as that's happening. You're already loose, like you just mentioned, right? You're trying to figure out where the nose of the truck is going to go, and I feel like every time we go to New Hampshire, you hear the drivers complain about the bumps into the corner, especially in turns 3, as we just saw them go through, as well as I'm too loose, my truck won't turn in the middle. And the only way you can fix the middle is to loosen it up more, and the crew chiefs have to hesitate to do that.
I love this shot here. Watch his head. You talk about the bumps down in the corner. Look right there. Boom, boom, boom. As he gets hard on the brakes, trying to not lock them up, but getting all the speed into the corner you can. You can see his head is just jarring all over that lobster can.
Toyota Racing on board for the 52 of Friesen. Just outside, looking in for the chase. Look at that. Getting the race on the left.
That's so cool watching his head. You can see his eyeballs are wide open too. The way these drivers focus and try to get everything they can every lap. It's just intense.
Doesn't matter if it's a short track, a 1 mile track, if it's a 1.5 track, it's extreme focus at all moments. As you see Daniel Hunter continuing to battle with Ken Honeycutt. We've seen them side by side a couple times. Tries to get right up to the quarter panel down the straightaway there. Stall out. Ken Honeycutt just a little bit. You'll see him do the same thing right here. You might wonder why so close. Well, it's because it helps pull that truck to the outside back just a little bit, gives you that momentum, and now he should be able to clear right here. Use a little bit more of that racetrack, drive up the track some. He's got to do that. The truck has been looking good the past couple of weeks, Michael, and I feel like McNally Hoogeman Racing has a struggled early on in the year, and they've been working hard over there to try and make these trucks just a little better for the drivers, and it appears they're getting there.
What about that 38 truck? It looks very strong. You see Chandler Smith right on the back of Gio Ruggiero, qualified outside the top 10, has driven up to 6, and I think early on, watching the lap times, this is one of the best trucks out there.
Give them win it for Wilkesboro, the 4th in a race following that. Richmond, top 10 finish.
That race was just amazing for that 38
Chandler, one of those trucks in practice, when we looked at the lap times from yesterday, lap times looked really good. Qualifying didn't go quite how they wanted it to go, though. And my understanding was that they had gotten a little bit too aggressive into turn one, perhaps lost just a little bit of time in turn one, and we qualified further back than what they thought.
Little trackside Allen.
We saw the year goes, we see a battle for the lead right now.
Yes.
Driven to the bottom on Lane Riggs. He's right at the tailgate of the leader. 34 Lane Riggs, our points leader. Those things dance around as they cut off that wall down into the corner. His lap times, lap 32. Zilich has made up the ground, and he's right there on the 34. Here on lap 33. We've seen the 34 on these flat, short tracks. They just be able to drive away from people at times, and Connor Zilich doesn't have any of that.
Not today. We're going to keep you honest on this right now. He drove away briefly, but Connor Zilich able to reel him back in, and now I'm talking about getting the momentum, right? How do you get the momentum built up to be able to make that move, to get to that quarter panel, like I talked about a moment ago, to slow that other truck down, just using the arrow just a little bit to choke that truck off and make it slide back to you just a little bit more. Down the backstretch, even 3 and 4, lap number 34. Regular season finale of Battle for the Lead. You won't miss anything as we go.
Big fire. Let me check.
NASCAR. The time is now to turn your love of good into tickets. Nice.
Oh wow, there's a fire burning near the diamonds again. Yeah, it's burning off to the right side of the screen. Yeah, I'm not surprised that there's a fire burning over there. Up new leader, Connor Zilich.
She insisted.
Guess what, Mom? I chopped my hair off. Well, I stand corrected. It's lovely. No, it's not.
Super carrying right now. It's my rough and double window.
Take on a round at Rusted Bolts with Craftsman Overdrive Tools. I'm gonna need that back. Craftsman. What you build, builds you. The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun. Nice little fan. The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub, kind of easy. At Mother's, we know that some of us like to play harder and get dirtier than most. But when it's time to clean up and face the real world again, Mother's California Gold always leads the way, keeping your ride clean, shiny, and protected. Give it that Mother's love. Saturday is Baseball Night in America on Fox. Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers take on the Pirates. Or it's PCA and the Cubs against the Mariners. Tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox. Of course. Sprint down the track.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the team of EJP 175. You saw it, clock side by side lead change, our first of the day. Connor Zilich at 71, been really racy in the first stage, and he took over the lead. Lane Riggs.
He has set sail to Brett. Well over 4/10 faster than the second place truck last lap. That's huge, Regan.
Especially at this stage of a run, right? 40 laps into the run, you got some heat on the tires, the brakes are heated up. That's when you want to be best, and he is right now. He's on the 11 while we were away. He's dropping like a rock. He's back in 15th, and Josh has more on.
Kane Honeycutt dropped back to 15th. His teammate about to overtake him. 3 wide on the front stretch. And then you got Justin Haley there on the bottom. Yeah, you know it's bad when one of the Dodge Rams are outrunning. Looks like that fire is almost out.
From second all the way to 15th, and it happens in a hurry.
The yellow truck's just all over the place. You can see just ahead of him that bright yellow Ram. Good run early for Justin Haley making up some ground. Getting the best of John Hunter here.
I think if you're right now, if you're Caden Honeycutt, as you're out there and you're falling back right now, Scott, if your chief Scott Zimbabwe is going to be thinking right now, let's just stay out, see if we can nurse this to the end of the stage. I know there's still 12 laps to go as Justin Haley completes that pass out. John Hunter, you can check out the first to the end of the stage and see if we can find a way to get pit road and not lose laps early on. How hard is it to do that just as a driver? Like, you've got to get this thing fixed now. Well, Caden Honeycutt as a driver is probably furious right now, right? He doesn't like whatever's going on with his truck. We know that he doesn't like the handling because he obviously thinks there's a tire going out. We don't see that 11 truck fall back like that. So there's clearly something wrong, and it's you're just trying to coach him up as much as you can. The 91 goes speeding around him.
Yeah, that's Eckes. We talked about him being on pit road earlier, trying to adjust on that truck. He's about driven up inside the top 20, so he's rebounded from that early pit stop.
Yeah, working his way forward. We'll have to see. There could be a potential strategy play for that 91 truck, Michael, to maybe stay out during this stage one break and gain some track position. I don't know that you can do it with that many laps that they're putting on the tires here. So I think that may have been more of a play to work on the handle and figure out what's wrong with the truck and get that to where Christian wants it so he can try and be there towards the end of the race.
Well, they certainly improved the handling on the 91 as he's driven through some of those trucks that he was back there racing with, making some good lap time too. Just a beautiful racetrack, man. This is so much fun to watch these trucks maneuver around this little mile. I talked in the opening about how enthusiastic the fans are, how fun it is to come to New Hampshire this time of year and go NASCAR racing. The Mod Squad is going to go racing later today, and those fans are passionate about that as well.
Biggest sporting event of the year in this state, about 80 miles outside of Boston, Massachusetts. And Connor Zilic, that lead is now at a second and a half. 10 to go here in stage number one. Rogero on his fifth, just ahead of the youngster Tristan McKee, 16 years of age, top 10 in his Truck Series debut in Richmond last week. And continues to impress. Tristan's ability to learn a racetrack, to learn these trucks, how they operate, where you need to be on each track with them. And he's been doing that at a high level. And not only the trucks, everything he's raced, he's done that at a high level. Continuing that again today. I mean, here we are, almost at the end of stage one. And Tristan McKee running in sixth place, Michael, just continues to impress with his ability.
You can see he's got a little bit faster.
That's got Tristan McKee in the field in the 77 and 6. The second truck start. Got Christopher Bell behind it. Into his inside.
Christopher Bell has gone a long ways in a short period of time so far in this race.
Yeah, we talked earlier. Oh, that's tight. We talked earlier about how difficult Christopher Bell's making it not look so difficult.
So deep in the field, and he has made up a lot of ground. Christopher Bell up into seventh. Working against McKee in the 77. Door to door with 7 to go in stage one.
Man, I love watching these guys race. It's so cool knowing how difficult it is to keep that bottom truck off the side of the truck on the outside and just perfect
Lane
right
Riggs
there for Christopher Bell.
Gap to 71 is 1.9.
Give him 6. He'll go work on the 17 of Ruggiero. Started 17, so plus 11 for Bell here in stage one. But McKee battles back here on the bottom.
I think Bell will make the pass as he does. Wow, look how tight he squeezed right in behind Christopher Bell. I didn't know there was room for that.
And this is good stuff for both of these guys, right? He taking that opportunity to make that crossover. That's something we see a lot there. Christopher Bell, every time we've watched it, even though he's able to roll that bottom and roll good speed down there, it just looks like he's sideways frequently on the bottom of the racetrack there. So I think there's probably room for that truck to get even better yet than what it has been this early on in this race.
By the way, we talked about Caden Honeycutt. Just went down a lap in 29. Wow. This is huge.
Caden Honeycutt's fallen all the way back to 29.
That's better being Queen in the 12. That will make Queen the free pass truck.
Let's go into the inside of
Third, Henrik in the 19.
Hammer.
Chandler Smith in the 38 runs the bottom. This guy's going to be tough to beat before this race is over. Going after there.
Chandler's hand is really just going crazy coming off the corner right there, and all of a sudden he checked up. And not sure why, because he was on the straightaway. It looked like when he checked up some.
That's all fire out of the side of that truck. And, something went wrong because he was just marching. Maybe he needed to catch his breath.
based on his hands, he might have had to. Like that was, they got a little wild off of. And right here, I love when these guys have the white gloves on because you can really see that. And still not fully sure what happened there.
That's the 3 to go to stage 1. Even with that, the 38 has moved from 12th up to 4th in this opening stage.
Even with the lap traffic here, the Connors Phillips are leaders.
Here's Dawson Sutton.
Go past the 26 of Dawson Sutton. Even with the lap traffic that he's caught and that he's having to maneuver
Yeah,
through, just
the lap traffic sort of kind of affects the lead depending on how close second place is. It's not really doing much.
As we close in on the end of the stage, going to be very important for guys like Lane Briggs and maybe Christopher Bell, Chandler Smith, and Henrik, all the guys up here in the top 5 that appear to have good trucks as well, to make that perfect adjustment as we get closer to the start of stage 2.
In the 3 and 4 for the leaders, Zillich by 1.68 seconds. Turn around,
All right, final lap, stage 1. Well, Cup guys can still be toppled.
Motorsports in 2028, that 48 going to replace Alex Bowman after next season. Now we're going to come to the green and white checker in that 71 truck. At turn number 4, you said it, Michael. Good day so far. The 71 truck.
Green and white checker flag, stage 1 winner, Connor Zilish.
Here in New Hampshire. The final race of the regular season here in 2026.
All right.
The NASCAR Craftsman.
Stage 1 results, Connor Zilish, Lane Riggs, Daniel Hemrick, Chandler Smith, Christopher Bell, Gio Ruggiero, Tristan McKee, Grant Enfinger, Jake Garcia, and rounding out the top 10 is Gavin Boschel. Good. Aside from Caden Honeycutt, all my other picks are running pretty well. Holy crap, he's fallen to 32nd. Yeah, something's wrong with that 11 truck.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The roar of the crowd. The rush of pure exhilaration. Here is Don't miss the all-new Eldorado Stampede Pro Rodeo, August 28th and 29th at Eldorado Fair. Field perfection. EldoradoStampede.com. Real American freestyle, home of the original combat sport. Celebrates 1 year with our biggest event yet. RAF 12, live from Cleveland, exclusively on Fox Nation. Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs. Get out of your head.
Pain relief is right through. As without Vraylar, some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, deep manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults, proving full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breakthrough through to relief. That's without Vraylar.
Going back to Richmond, Caden Honeycutt wound up just absolutely smoking everybody in the first field. 225 out of the 250 laps. This race is going to be a fun championship between him and Wayne Riggs. Both those guys are rolling right now, and I can't wait to see those two go head to head. Shows yes. It's one. And actually, the final 24 laps after Wayne Riggs led the first 34 of this race.
And his last time, he was just rolling down. He was driving away from the field. That was a huge finish for that first stage. I'm sure he's just going to say, no adjustments. I'm like the truck. Let's not do it again.
If he does it, no adjustments on it. Maybe his crew chief, I think, is probably just going to pacify him and say, yeah, we'll make a small change. There won't be a small change at that point. All right, coming down pit road to fill up with Sunoco Racing Fuel with zero carbon bioethanol. It's Commerce Village. Winner of stage one, leading them down. We go down to Amanda Busick.
And I talked to Lane Riggs earlier yesterday about what was left to do in the regular season with 5 wins already. He said, I just want that number 1 seed to have momentum into the chase. He's still a couple baby points away from it, but he's feeling really tight in dirty air. There will be some air pressure and wedge adjustment for who was the pole sitter. Josh?
Commerce in that 71. He said he might be a hair free, but said I wouldn't do any adjustments here until we need him later on. For the 19, Daniel Henrik, they're having some communication issues with the headset. He also said I could use it to be a touch freer.
Well, Zill's going to lose a few spots on pit road. Jake Garcia gets off
the race on pit road. Jake Garcia squarely on the bubble to start today. +8. He comes out as a leader. And Riggs, Smith, Silich. You're watching the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from New Hampshire on FS1.
Mom.
I can't sleep. Can you tell me another story?
Not tonight, buddy. We have a race tomorrow.
Please tell me the one about the 37 million people who trust Progressive to protect their cars.
We've already done that one.
Yeah, but I like it when you do all 37 million voices.
I can read them to you during the race. Let's get some sleep.
If your car could talk, it would tell you to get Progressive.
Denny, where do Progressive auto policies come from?
We are living the faith hymn, and over 500,000 of us have left dinners behind.
It'd be cool if they made that in die-cast form, a talking Progressive car, complete with lights and sound.
Real strength isn't pushing through pain, it's treating. When there's no pain, there's more gain. Advil targets pain caused by inflammation for fast, strong relief. Advil, that's real strength.
Start Saturday strong. Big news Saturday. Defending national champions Indiana will kick off their campaign with a stampede against North Texas. That could be the best announcers, the biggest games. Big news Saturday. North Texas, Indiana, September 5th on Fox.
For 80 years, Stockton has seen the Chase way of doing business. Chase Chevrolet proudly sponsors the local little leagues, the soccer programs. We do business the honest way. No inflated accessories at no hidden costs. Nothing behind in Chevrolet. Chase Chevrolet, buy into it.
While you're doing your weekly yard checks, we're out in the field
monitoring mosquito activity and inspecting breeding sites.
We collect data, test samples, and track mosquito-borne diseases so we can identify risks early.
This isn't about extermination, it's public health. Our work is about prevention, protection, and education.
Because keeping our community safe takes all of us.
We are the San Joaquin County Mosquito and Vector Control District. Visit SUMosquito.org for more information.
For over 80 years, Stockton has seen the Chase way of doing business.
I love working at Chase Chevrolet. We take care of people every day.
We don't just service Chevrolets, we service all GM models. 99 in Chevrolet. Chase Chevrolet finds.
Stage 1 of the books in the regular season finale of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Village takes the first one, followed by fourth leader Lane Riggs. The inbreeder set the race begin has officially clinched his spot in the chase. Riggs says yes. Potentially top 12 can do that here after stage number 2. We got breaking news. Our guy Bob Pockers, who constantly covered the sport better than anybody else, and is constantly breaking news. Just seconds ago, put this tweet out right here involving our guy, Regan Smith, is going to be driving the 25 truck, not just for one, but 2 races coming up. Well, I can tell you how good Bob is at breaking news. I know about Bristol, but Charlotte also, that's a little bit of news to me. So, hey,
wow, didn't think Regan Smith would come back out of retirement.
Looks to be out there on the racetrack. We did it last week, and he got me thinking, he got my brain working just a little bit, and I was like, man, wow, that would be cool to go out and have a little bit more fun just one more time. So excited to be part of that ramp program at Bristol coming up.
It's got to be so cool for your family to be able to come to the racetrack and watch you get behind the wheel again. Congratulations. I hope you have a lot of fun. It's a really cool opportunity that you're going to have.
Bristol's going to be really interesting. Yeah, we'll see if I can make it 250 laps. I'm a little nervous about that part right now. Not quite the shape I used to.
So it was kind of Michael that helped push you over the edge to make this decision.
Last week in the truck. Last week, yeah.
I love that. He's a mentor for both of us in different ways.
Yeah, I like you guys a lot. I love doing this TV show with you. We're going to come to the Echo Park Automotive.
All right, time for stage number 2. Here we go.
You got it. +8 off pit road for the new leader, Jake Garcia, who takes it back to green start on stage number 2. Lane Riggs on his inside.
2 tires for Garcia. That's interesting. We didn't see a lot of tire fall off those left cones I talked about. Whoa, look at them squeeze up the hill. Are they 4 wide?
Almost 4 wide. Wow, almost didn't work for the 62.
That was crazy.
Just great stuff on these restarts right here. And we talked about Bell being sideways so much. That was for a different reason right there.
That was intense. Look at Sandpaper all the way, all 4 tires down the apron.
Josh has more on the pit strategy of the 98, our current leader.
Well, guys, you talked about the fact that Jake Garcia got +8 during that stop by just taking right side tires. And I talked to Crew Chief Josh Hankins both before the race as well as after that pit stop. And he told me they were going to do whatever it took to get stage points. They got to jump 2 people to get themselves into the chase. They knew they were going to have to be aggressive. They knew they were going to have to reevaluate after each and every one of these stages to see how aggressive they needed to be. Decided they needed to be aggressive for that stop. So that's why they went through the tires to get in track position. The damage on the back of that truck has not seemed to be an issue so far for the 98 as he's your leader right now, guys.
What about that, Regan? From the first lap, he clobbered in the back end to putting 2 tires on the strategy for this team. An excellent call. It's put him in a position right now to be inside.
Jake Garcia is +25 above the cutoff line.
Began the day at 12, but as they run right now, at 98 of Jake Garcia, he's on the right side of the cut line.
There's going to be a lot of stuff going down between now and the checkered flag, but you guys really appreciate the call. Look at that truck. He's not only leading, he's driving away.
Well, and I think that's what we got to point out. It's not only just, having the guts to make that call, right, as this crew chief did, but the driver has to do his best job on that restart to keep position, because if you lose position on 2 tires, it's going to make it much more
Chandler
difficult.
Smith going for second. Gio Roger battling with the 71. See Connor Mozart back there in 8th.
Those trucks are going to wear their tires out just a little bit. This could be a better restart right now for Jake Garcia than what he's having. 27/10 on the 38 of Chandler Smith, who just made the pass on his teammate Lane Riggs.
Well, you know, we talked about him falling back earlier. I said I thought I saw fire come out of the right side of that truck. Some of these teams, some of the drivers are shifting their transmissions. They're running that third gear down in the corners, and that had every look of him coming off turn 4 and missing the shift. See if you agree with me here, Regan. You can see him down on the bottom, really firing off hard, and watch right there.
Yeah, and that's right about the moment where you'd want to be grabbing fourth gear if you are shifting, because I didn't even know that would be in play today. It's a really quick shift down the corner exit, and it's a small period of time to where that truck can be in third gear. Michael, you nailed it when you saw that fire out of the exhaust there. That's exactly what happened.
Now for fifth between Ruggiero on the outside and Christopher Bell in the 62.
Bell's just been passing every time we put him on camera. He's making a move somewhere, and he's around Ruggiero there and grabs that spot.
Well, and then you want to know the importance of restarts, right? We saw Christopher Bell on the inside, basically trying to make it 4 wide in the front row, coming off the turn 2 on the restart. But when he got checked up, he lost a bunch of positions right there. So now he's trying to gain those spots back and find his way back forward.
Fastest truck on the track last time. We talked about Chandler Smith and the moves he was making. He was the fastest guy, closing in on our leader by about a tenth of a second. Keep your eye on 38. Keep putting that thing in here. You can be tough to beat. Look at that. How fun that is.
We talked about it, that's just such a good angle. And I didn't hit Michael. The more I see this, the more I think of what have I done? What was I thinking?
That's so cool you're doing that.
Amanda has more on the 38.
Yeah, and on their next stop, they talked about how that was the fastest truck on the track. We saw Amanda stage 1. They upped the air pressures in that truck so it would fire off faster in this stage. But I talked to Chandler prior to the weekend about just how chase ready this team is, and he said we are absolutely ready to rip. It'll be one of our trucks that you will see battling for it in Miami. But also wanted to point out that he's had a ton of fun and loved the experience he's had in the truck series.
Well, we got need someone different at the front.
Two wins for Chandler Smith. Thank you, Amanda. 3 straight top 10s. Right now, he runs second behind our leader, Jake Garcia, in the regular season finale here at New Hampshire. To decide the field for the chase. FS1 and
New leader.
for the lead, it's Chandler Smith just talking about him. Goes to the bottom. It goes around the 98 of Jake Garcia.
That's the first game I think I've watched all day. He just melted down our leader and drove around him, and he's going to drive away.
The way Chandler was able to chase him down to get to that point to make that pass, I think probably anticipated it would be relatively smooth for him, but I still, if you're Jake Garcia, this is working out perfectly for you right now. You've got a large gap to third and fourth place behind you, who are also side by side right now. Again, you got a large gap right now to those trucks. If you can just maintain and get somehow a top 5 finish out of this stage, then all of a sudden you're setting yourself up very nicely for that final stage. And oh, by the way, Tyler Aker not having the greatest day right now, all the way back in 19th place, and I'm sure the team is keeping him updated on that.
Silich wraps the bottom, going around the 34. Riggs gets battle here. The third place.
The track took the groove away from Riggs.
Third by Silich. Well, now we're going to go to break, and we're going to go Fox side by side. We had to have those two moves and show you with your full screen. Smith to the lead, it's Silich to third.
Something that takes hold of you and won't let go.
All right, we're at 99 to go.
But it takes a team to turn that spark into a fire. And when that fire spreads, someone else's story begins.
That's yellow.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon butt cheeseburger is
Spencer
back at
Boyd.
Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun. Nice buns, man. The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub kind of included.
Napa knows that 1 in 4 vehicles will need a new battery this year, and that's just the tip of the electrical iceberg. That's why Napa is a
It looks like King Honeycutt will get the free pass. I'll put 29 trucks back on the lead lap.
Oh my God. If you ever go to McDonald's, folks, with the apple pie and a sundae and have it together. Oh.
Our signature fragrance, Golden Barbecue. Won't be the tiny designer restaurant that count just 78 years of hell yeah. Guy named Dale. Fast fashion is fast fashion. The official uniform of the most epic fan base in the world. It's yours.
Saturday is Baseball Night in America on Fox. Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers take on the Pirates, or HBCA and the Cubs against the Mariners. Tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox.
This is history in the making.
You want fearless? Take control. Sprint down the track and get ready for a fight.
Well, they announced that Bowman Gray might hold a truck series race next year, a points race.
Racing from New Hampshire. 76, Spencer Boyd brings out a fourth caution. He's on pit road. We'll take a look at what happened to bring out this caution.
Let's see the car.
You're going to do some de-icing.
Oh wow, yep, he backed into the turn 3, turn 4 wall.
76 track. The Granite State's probably a good place to have a de-icing company, isn't it?
Cold.
Yeah, I think it gets a little cold up there at that time of year. Perfect spot.
As you see him working over Spencer's truck there.
31-year-old from St. Louis, Missouri. 18 is going to come down here to pit road.
He talked about him being nervous back there, Regan, about how he was performing.
Yeah, and you know, had fallen all the way back to 19th, so not sure, you know, if they're wanting adjustments or what they've got going on right now, but definitely you might as well. You're this far back in the back, you know, take the chance to work on whatever you need to.
There's the 18 truck to pit road.
He went off.
Also, Barilla selling F1 style pasta. Yeah, the pasta shaped like racing wheels.
They need to change the left rear brakes as well, but he said very little amount of brakes. It feels like it might be a slow lead, that is. So they're going to check it out. They said they may have to take a penalty if that's what they need, but they need to fix the problem right now, guys.
He began today with the final spot in 10th for the chase. Right now, he will be out. Still a lot to be settled, but they're going to fix it now. Yeah, there you saw the crew member that kind of focused that underneath that right wheel well, and then got underneath the truck as well. He's checking both brake calipers, and on the right side, he said it looked good. So we'll have to see. I don't see him reaching for any tools to do anything. And, you know, I guess that's a good news, bad news situation for Tyler Ankrum, right? The good news is doesn't look like they see anything. The bad news is that they don't see anything. And if your brakes are short or you're having issues, then how are you going to be able to fix this so you can manage it? Right now, you know, he has fallen below the cutoff line in terms of the chase. And we talked about Jake Garcia having that great run that he's having and taking those 2 tires and doing what he needed to do. That's only going to add more pressure to these guys. Well, both of you guys have some good and interesting history at this track. Talked about your 5 top 10s and your second place finish, Michael, back in 2008. Let's go back to 2003. You and Robbie Gordon, 2005, you're in New Hampshire. You and Robbie got into it.
I don't really know what happened there, but it made Robbie very upset. I think we were just arguing over space, and watch me duck. And I'm pretty sure I'm safe, but it still scared me.
Hit the gas and duck, I think we should go after. And then in 2013, Regan, what about you?
Yeah, I've talked all day long about how you can get too low on the racetrack and wash up to the end of the car on the outside of you, and you see there that I got pretty low on the racetrack, washed up into Elliott Sadler, and Elliott was not
in 2013.
The 25 truck 1 week ago, we got to see him back on the racetrack. I was glad to see him smiling last week because he wasn't smiling right here, and
I like how you're keeping moving, Regan. That's a smart man.
I was moving, and luckily I had a large individual next to me that was.
That was from 2013. You should have seen Elliott Sadler. He's like straight up telling Regan Smith, "You will not win this championship. Mark my words." LOL. To Regan Smith. Well, neither of them won a championship either.
So I know you didn't love this track. We got to get to that. I didn't think that made him matter that I still got to go. I wanted to ask you. I didn't feel like you did anything wrong on that replay.
The track's fault. You know, it's the way it's designed.
The other angle shows that I got pushed all the way down to the bottom.
You know, this is a big moment here for Jake Garcia. We talked about him making the two tires work. Now he's stuck down on the bottom. He's going to have a lot of company on that outside. Can he get single file before he loses too many spots? It's going to be a tough job for him to do. Watch this 98 down on the bottom and see if this strategy works.
His car pulls off. Chandler Smith in the 38, Jake Garcia in the 98. Back under green here at New Hampshire.
Right back to green. Okay, 98 gets a good solid start.
All the way to the outside of our leader. Now he's going to the bottom. 71 truck is stout.
And that's the worst case scenario for the field, right? Let the 71 counters those. We saw how good he was. Right now we're going to Chandler Smith's not quite that easily, but don't let him get out front. Don't let him get that clean air if you can avoid it.
Give a nod of the hat to Garcia.
Jake Garcia still holding down third.
Single file, but look on the bottom. He's got company. Look on the top two, by the way.
Pretty wide. In the second row, and it's Lane Riggs. That one with Christopher Bell. Finally inside the top five. To lead the 71 is Illich on the outside of the 38 of Chandler Smith.
Man, great racing. You see Bell, we've talked about him all day, making his way to the front. He gets up there with the
King Honey cuts up to 23rd.
I really think, Michael, now as things are starting to shake out, and you look at the top four, we're kind of starting to see who the four best trucks are right there in that grouping, right? And as good as Illich was in stage one, Chandler Smith was really good towards the end of the run as well. Did they make the right adjustment there? I know they were pleased with their truck on the long runs yesterday. And Christopher Bell is just all the way through the field already. We didn't expect to see somebody move that far through the field. Got some radio on the 18 meantime.
If he was sitting there pumping the pedal while we were looking at everything, there was no brake fluid squirting anywhere, dude. All the lines, all the wheels are clear. It has to be something inside. It also be a faster issue, you know what I'm saying? We might have to fix it. And when it is second season, that could be to fix the fluid bolt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this was just to dissect what they were saying right there. Basically, what they're saying is there's no leak within the system that we can see. Maybe there's something wrong with the master cylinder. Maybe we have something else going on. But what I'm noticing even more than that is Tyler Ankrum on the racetrack right now. You can see how early he's lifting into the corners. He is extremely uncomfortable with something going on with that truck.
Well, in his last lap time was nearly 2 seconds off of the lead. So he's definitely got issues. And, man, this is a terrible break for this team.
He runs 28. Final truck on the lead lap. He began the day with the final spot for the chase. Right now, he's in 12th, so 2 spots off the cut line and 10 points off the cut line. And they're going to have to utilize this next stage break completely. They're going to have to have the opportunity to really try to dissect this because as it stands right now, it's making Jake Garcia's job maybe even a little bit easier as the day goes on, as we see him up there battling. He's actually trying to battle to get the 4th position back right now. So those 2 tires.
Garcia is now +9.
Garcia, that truck is fast.
He did his job too. That was a tough job to ask for him. Those older less tires to be stuck down at the bottom, come out of that thing and still be inside of the top 5. Give him a big attaboy for that restart.
Here's a question I got, Michael, as we watch how nice he's done on these 2 right side tires with this truck, as we near this next pit stop, what do you do? Do you throw caution to the wind if you're further back in the pack and say, hey, it worked for him, let's see if we can make it work? It's Connor Zillich out front with a good battle. Chandler Smith is right there at his tailgate. Working lap number 90 here at New Hampshire Live Festival.
A people bound by faith, freedom, and opportunity. It's prosperity owed to a long line of warriors and an ethos that remains unwavering. Our warfighters stand on the shoulders of giants who have taught us to fight and win. America's War Department continues to build the most lethal fighting force on the planet because peace demands strength. Now is the time to earn a place in the fight for the American cause. And the shoulders the next generation stand on will be yours.
Protein, hun? Tender steak? Oh, I'm a pescatarian? You're true. Oh, garlic farms.
Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile with your summer price forecast. Now, unfortunately, we're seeing rising costs across the country with dangerously high prices coming in from the east, the south, the west, and the north. Possibility that big wireless hates you 100%. Now, over here at Mint Mobile, we're seeing sunny skies and dropping prices. Every plan to just $15 a month. Remember, folks, to apply sheer sunscreen. There's no need for that cakey white stuff. Over to sports with Dick.
Doug.
I'm glad we could all play today.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
Well, I say it. Lima, ball me.
Lima, ball me again?
My bad!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Take on rounded rusted bolts with Craftsman overdrive tools.
I'm gonna need that back.
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
You know what's crazy?
Are we getting kids price for kids that even more than us?
Crazy, right?
Well, we're past the halfway point
How do you
now.
nourish a cat for a lifetime? Purina Cat Chow. Trusted nutrition for every life stage for over 60 years. Cat Chow.
Welcome back to the Team EJP 175 on FS1. Race number 18. The regular season finale at New Hampshire, the Magic Mile. Got a lot of drama. A lot of it happening right around that cut line. We came on the air talking about the bubble. It's something has delivered in terms of storylines. Yeah, it has, and wasn't sure at the start of the day how big of a storyline it would end up being. We knew there was a lot of pressure on these drivers and teams, and not only do you have the pressure, but if you're Tyler Ankrum, now you have the issues with the brake pressure going on and things like that. So it's all mixed up. And I know we talked a lot about Jake Garcia, but let's not forget about Stuart Friesen either. With Tyler Ankrum having the trouble that he's having.
Stuart Friesen's up to ninth.
That shit. Watching guys start 4 years.
Just positive thing. But then we shifted on the road, and I don't believe we saw that last year at all. And you give these drivers and teams enough time to work on stuff and look at different options and what you can do, and they're going to find a way.
You talk about being surprised. You can see that Stuart did not shift in lane 4. Something it might have a little bit to do with how you get through the corner, if you feel like you've got good momentum, or maybe 1 and 2 just not as much grip. And he's using that lower gear to get early and couple that back straightaway.
And just see how low he is in 1-2 also, right? He's running way down there. Actually, he's just a little bit of extra help to turn the truck to get it to do that. Sometimes when you downshift, it can help that out. And I'm impressed that he's got the grip off the corner still in the third gear that he's able to maintain coming off of his injury.
Those things are winding out, aren't they? I like that, Jerry. Will you do that at Bristol?
I hope not. I certainly hope not. As you see right here, Lane Riggs catching back to Christopher Bell and completing that pass right now. And, you know, as we're getting the laps on the tires, we saw that first run. I thought Christopher Bell maybe would be working his way forward just a little bit more right now and not quite playing out the way that I think we would have anticipated with him having that track position.
I think Lane is just putting together some good laps right now. If I look at the scoring pylon, his lap times the last couple of laps, he's been faster than our leader, Jake Garcia. With that two-tire strategy you brought up, do the other teams take notice to this, or do they all get forward? It'll be fun to watch here in a bit.
The secret's definitely out now, and that is a play, that is an option. And you know, I don't know that Jake was good in the first stage, but based on what he's done, you know, so far in this stage, and possibly a little adjustment as well with it, but I just think that's been an incredible run for him right now to maintain that.
And the fact that he knew going in, it was do or die in lap one, gets ran from behind, damage to the back. Wow. The fact he's in the position he's in right now is feels a little bit miraculous in its own right.
It's impressive just the way he's kept his act together, head down, overcoming a lot of challenges and putting himself in this position.
He's going stage two. Silich up front. He's led 44 laps. Riggs led the first 34 of this race. Garcia led 13. Chandler Smith has led 11.
Smith closing in our leader, fastest truck on the track last time around. Looks like a little bit maybe loose there for Zilich off turn 4.
Chandler Smith closing in on the 71.
These two trucks very evenly matched, right? We saw Chandler Smith in a similar position 1 year ago in New Hampshire. I started saying earlier we had a battle for the lead. I had cut out of my thought process there, but similar position, right? He ran second a year ago here at New Hampshire, and you know how much he wants to get that win. And right now, he's right where he needs to be, and I just think these guys are going to be like this throughout the rest of this race. I think you're starting to see that what they've got is where they're going to be at the end of these runs.
These guys sizing each other up. Lane Riggs last time by was faster than both of them. A little bit of ground to make up. He's over 3 seconds by. Gavin Michelle here is inside the top 10. Racing in New Hampshire today. Going to run the ARCA race tomorrow.
So busy man.
Nice weekend. That's what you want as a race car driver. You want to race all you can, especially when you're a young man.
And Gavin, another one of these young guys that we had talked about, you know, how good these young drivers are doing as they come into the truck series. And a couple weeks back at IRP, such a strong run for him at Indianapolis Raceway Park, and backing that up again today, and the race ready that these guys are at such a young age, it is absolutely blowing my mind, the amount of talent that is coming through the race right now.
Well, we talked about Tristan McKee early in the race. He had an issue on pit road, fell outside the top 10, racing for a spot in the top 5. He's all the way back to 18. I think he slid through his pit, which is part of the learning process. You're going to make a mistake here and there, but both Tristan and Gavin have just done a great job of getting their legs under them and going out and racing very competitively in this series.
About Rochelle and ARCA race, Springfield, Illinois. Our guys, Eric Rudden and Phil Parsons, will be on the call for that one on the dirt coming up tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be tuned into that. It's a lot of fun watching those ARCA cars on dirt. Stuart Prieston sizing up Connor Mozak. You talked about every point mattered. Regan, there's one right there. Can we go get it?
Yeah, we got 28 trucks on the lead lap.
At this point, as we've documented with the troubles for Tyler Anchor, becomes more critical for him, and it's like Connor Mozak getting away from him just a little bit here right now, and trust me, Stewart's doing everything he can in the truck because he knows how critical that could be as we come to the end of the race.
Less than 3 to go here. Stage number 2. Connor Zilich, leader in the
2 to go.
Coming up on Chris Wright. Trying to put him a lap down. Patrick Emmerlin wanting to stay in the position he's in without losing another lap. He's one now. Connor doesn't care. He just wants to go.
First run, Patrick Emmerling about to go 2 down. And final lap, stage 2. Well, this race can be won on the restart on pit road next time around.
Final lap of stage
1-second lead. Connor Zilic into 71. Spire Motorsports, pretty impressive. He won stage 1. And now in stage 2, stretching things out on Chandler Smith, now 3 and 4. And then the 2 races in New Hampshire with stages.
All right, stage 2 winner, Connor Zilic. He switched the stages. All right, stage 2 results are Connor Zilic, Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, Christopher Bell, Jake Garcia, Gio Ruggiero, Daniel Hemrick, Gavin Bochelle, Connor Mosak, and running out the top 10 is Stuart Friesen. Yeah, it's been pretty tame so far, Zachary. Nothing too crazy is happening. That's okay. We don't need anything crazy happening. We don't need any unnecessary drama. Zilic is the leader.
One during your summer sun, one during your winter fun, one during your summer glow, and one during your winter glam. You must be HIV negative to receive Yes2Go and get tested for HIV before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your healthcare provider right away. HIV testing may be needed. Yes2Go does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex and get Yes2Go as scheduled. Missing doses increases your chance of getting HIV. Tell your provider about your medical conditions, if you're pregnant or plan to be, and all the medicines and supplements you take, as Yes2Go may affect some medicines. The most common side effects are injection site reactions, headache, and nausea. Rare serious injection site reactions can occur, so tell your provider about any side effects. 99.9% of people stay HIV negative. Ask your healthcare provider if Yes2Go is right for you.
It's that time of year again. The real new year is almost here. Whether it's lunchtime with lunches or after school with Kraft mac and cheese. Game day with Capri Sun. Or snack time with Jell-O. We're wishing you all a happy school year.
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks tune up for a season to defend their crown against the Titans. Preseason football, Sunday at 8 Eastern on Fox.
This, the all-new El Dorado Stampede Pro Rodeo, August 28th and 29th at El Dorado Fairgrounds in Placerville. See real professional bull and bronc riding and more. Tickets start at just $35 only at our official site, ElDoradoStampede.com.
The Chevy Equinox doesn't miss a beat, with dependability for the miles ahead.
Hey Google, catch the Black Friday deal on the show.
And tech to make them smoother, making every arrival that much bigger.
What can we tell each other last week? At least this 2026 Equinox LT for $249 per month. See more Northern California Chevy dealer.
Don't miss the all-new El Dorado Stampede Pro Rodeo, August 28th and 29th at El Dorado Fairgrounds in Placerville. See real professional bull and bronc riding and more. Tickets start at just $35 only at our official site, ElDoradoStampede.com.
I think it's going to be crazy. I mean, we're all excited to go do it. Saw some of the setup. It looks incredible. The track itself looks great. It's like some of the best racing on earth. Every race counts. GC itself will be a lot of pride in just winning the event. I mean, it's going to be an unbelievable opportunity. It's going to be a great show.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Tune in tomorrow for lots of racing on the Fox family of networks. 10 a.m. for IROC on FS1, 11:30 IndyCar on Fox, 2 Eastern, ARCA Racing on FS1, 6:30 Eastern, NHRA on FS1.
That's a lot of horsepower in one day right there. You can just lock in on the couch all day long, and man, how fun is that going to be?
It's going to be a great day of motorsports. Can't wait to watch those Indy cars in our nation's capital. See right there, the 18 of Tyler April, they're under that truck trying to diagnose the brake problem. Guys all over the place. Pit road is closed, but when you have an issue, Regan, you just get in there and run one as soon as you can. Here comes the whole crowd down pit road.
Fill up with Sunoco race fuel with zero carbon bioethanol. Amanda.
Yeah, Chandler Smith is the first truck in, getting his service done. They wanted to be a little tighter for this last little haul in stage 3 as we finish off the rest. He was a runner-up here last year, Josh.
The 71 of Connor's Village. He was a hair tight during that run. His biggest concern is whether anybody was gaining on him. No adjustments for the 71. As far as the 98, it'll be 4 tires and fuel. They do not want to make any chassis adjustments. They want to see how this truck runs now with 4 fresh tires. Reason +9 off pit road.
Whoa, strategy coming into play. Much practice for Junior. In the 72, rode off first.
Reason Christopher Jr. rigs the key and gray. The race off pit road at 52, squarely on the pole. As we get set, the third and final stage in the final race of the regular season.
How do you nourish a cat for a lifetime? Purina Cat Chow. Trusted nutrition for every life stage for over 60 years. Cat Chow.
Steak, chicken, shrimp, protein goes mad.
You have reached your protein goal of 90 grams. Join us, brother.
Patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see Sensodyne on the shelf.
This is the one who can fix nearly anything and turns to Granger, who has almost everything. Few may see him, but he's the one that keeps it all on track. The industrial-grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
This chef has a talent. He's gonna love it. This is gonna be great. We're cooking bad food. Hey there. Follow me, Kitchen Nightmares, Tuesday, 8, 7 Central on Fox. The big noon Saturday. Defending national champions Indiana look to kick off their campaign with a statement against North Texas. The best pregame, the best announcers. Big noon Saturday, September 5th.
All right, the Hallmark Freezing teammates data.
Can I have my phone back, please?
Do you even want this thing back? It's ancient. You know, Xfinity Mobile gives you phone upgrades every year. They also cover all your devices for life.
Do you work for Xfinity?
You used to.
What if breaking your device wasn't the end of the world? Only Xfinity Mobile includes device protection for life and phone upgrades every year. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Movie night! Movie night!
Easily turn moving day into movie night. With no setup stress, seamlessly transfer your internet in the Xfinity app. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Back in New Hampshire, we talked about the great storylines on the bubble here in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series regular season finale. A disaster moments ago for the 98 of Jake Garcia on pit road.
Yeah, and we noticed as we were going to break that he lost a lot of positions on pit road. And this is going to tell the story as to why, but not only did he lose a lot of positions, take a look at that right front tire. That right front tire is outside of the pit box right there. The pit stop was slow, a 21-second pit stop for him. Fell all the way back to 19th, didn't return to the track around the trucks that he was running around. On top of that, it's a tail end of the longest line penalty on this restart, Michael, after having that happen. So a lot of things going wrong for Jake Garcia right now. This thing, it's just got flipped upside down
71
again.
got admired back there.
Job he was doing, but in that situation, it just looked like he just didn't quite get in his box like he wanted to, going too slow when he got there.
52 of Friesen certainly benefits from the struggles of Akram and now Garcia, and Amanda has more as you see the penalty on Garcia. Okay, no, Amanda, we're going to come to green instead, but we will continue to monitor that because now, as they run, Friesen has got that final chase spot.
And keep in mind, Stuart Friesen took 2 tires here also to try and leapfrog and do what Jake Garcia did. So
took the Hallmark Freezing trucks took to it. It's
Stuart's having a good moment right now.
here we go. Back to green.
Of course they will. We knew we'd get to say that sometime today. Look at that mess. Differing strategies always makes for some exciting racing.
starts. Christopher got jumbled back there. He's in fourth and in danger of losing another quick spot here for the 77 and Tristan McKee. Suddenly he's back in the mix in the top five. McKee, the 16-year-old.
Rode on that earlier stop, and now he's rebounded. Another strategy play, probably 2 tires there as well. There goes Riggs. You know what that means, Riggs, after his first 2 stages?
Pretty good first 2 stages, one.
He's got something to celebrate as well.
Riggs has had a phenomenal season here in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Wayne Riggs is your regular season champion.
And there you have it, the 26th regular
Oh,
season.
crash.
We got a caution.
Timmy Hill, John Nemechek.
Unfortunately, Michael, caution is out with 55 to go. John Hunter Nemechek is involved here with the 56 truck of Timmy Hill.
There was one other truck
That was involved as well.
involved in that wreck, and
Chris Wright.
Chris Wright.
has every look of the makings of going into turn 3. Guys getting a little confused on space and position when they got into the corner there, and definitely going to shake things up just a little bit.
There's the Dollar Tree number 5 for John Hunter. He's going to need to go to Dollar Tree and get him a new fender.
He was running 20th when he damaged that left rear fender.
Look at this mess. Something happened ahead of Hill. Nemechek went around, and then Chris Wright with nowhere to go.
And they were just trying to avoid whatever took place with John Hunter Nemechek. We've seen him battling hard all day today, and definitely somehow that truck swap ends to put him in that position.
There you see the damage to the 5 truck.
Just inside the top 20 when he brought out the caution. Caution number 6 here in New Hampshire. 54 to go as we wrap up the regular season. It's a field for the chase.
Your mental health is better, but having uncontrollable body movements called TD, total dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing. I asked my doctor about treating my TD with Ingrezza. Number 1 prescribed Ingrezza reduced TD movements by greater than 10 times. With most stable response as early as 2 weeks.
Cautions out.
You can keep taking most of
Nemechek went for a spin. He took Chris Wright and Timmy Hill with him. Nemechek went for a spin in 3 and 4. He took Chris Wright and Timmy Hill with him.
Serious side effects include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling in eyes, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. No Ingrezza affects you before operating the car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, trouble moving, or animals may occur.
taking control by asking your doctor about
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pop on a bun, a pretzel bun. Nice little fan. The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Well, kind of included. Which guy? Golden spoon survival skills. If red pen is yellow, it'll kill a power. But if blue is white, it's white. Head for the mountains.
Pay less for less, and you can get When you pay less and you get more, that's Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk's been the same price since they started in 2009. Straightforward, always.
And our plan starting at just $25 a month. Official partner of NASCAR. Advil liquid gels target pain caused by inflammation. They're faster, stronger, and longer lasting than Tylenol rapid release gels to power through tough pain. Advil. That's real strength.
Replacing luxury with untouchable, always tested anyway. This pure horsepower stitched into the very fiber of your racing favorites. Our signature fragrance, Eau de Barbecue. You won't need a tiny designer dog or a Swiss bank account, just 78 years of hell yeah. You got a name there. Fast fashion, it's fast fashion. The official uniform of the most epic fan base in the world. NASCAR shop, it's yours.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun. Nice little fan. The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub kinda interior.
A broken windshield shouldn't wreck your budget. That's why SafeLight has Fix Now, Pay Later. We'll fix it wherever you want, and you can pay over time. Get it fixed now, pay later at SafeLight.com.
Tomorrow afternoon, the stars of the NASCAR Cup Series hit the track to end an action-packed weekend. On-track action starts at 2 p.m. Eastern on USA. Well, this thing has been turned upside down.
Yes, it has. I don't know if it's the one time before, yes.
No, I didn't. Yeah, well, I did not put it there.
Third spot in that 15 truck. Mike Christopher held on for a top 5 during that run. Connor Mozak in the top 10. And our leader, the winner of stage 2, is all the way back in 8th. So what do you think, Regan?
I think right now, Michael, we've got trucks that we haven't seen up front all day long, and some guys on 2 tires, some guys on 4 tires. That's what's got this mixed up. And now this caution for the guys on 2 tires is a really good thing.
Well, and one of those guys is freezing on second, and at the moment is 10th. Just in the right spot for the cutoff, and a man that has more on Stewart.
Yeah, guys, and Regan, as you mentioned, he did take those 2 tires to put himself in this position, but the team was talking to him about him being surrounded by guys on that last restart that were on 4 tires. They talked about how Jake had managed it in stage 2 and told him just to trust his tools and work on his exit in terms of increasing his or bettering his lap times. But I do want to lead to a little radio here with Stewart. You have to think, does he think he's clawed his way out of that lobster pot yet?
He's still got brake issues. The other truck we're racing just hit it outside the box, but he's going to the rear. Just lay it out. Run your best.
Well, so Stewart Friesen benefiting off of the mistake by the 98. It falls back to 12th as they run in the standings.
I don't think this stuff's anywhere near over. There's going to be so many moving parts and pieces. We'll have to keep our stat guys and computers smoking up in here to keep up with everything that's going on.
And you know, you say, well, can Ankrum now, who's had a rough day, climb back in? Well, if you're freezing, you're looking at Ankrum, who's back in 30th right now, last truck in the lead lap. So he and Garcia are well back in the field, and Friesen is right there and second on those 2 tires. Speaking of the 98, Josh has more.
Yeah, from bad to worse for the 98, of course, he had that issue on pit road and had to serve that penalty. But then after that, when the caution came out, he was caught up in the mess that happened, and he actually went down into the grass and got damaged to the right side of that truck. When they were on pit road, they were trying to pull out the fender, try and get that fixed, and they had to add right side tires to him. So trouble for the 98 is they're going to need to be super aggressive to rally if he wants to get into the chase, guys.
Good stuff, Josh. Let's dig deeper and hear radio from moments ago from the 98.
I know the 14th. Did he just run into the studs or what was that? He came down on the ran into the grass when the caution came out and ran into it under caution. So.
Rough day for that bubble truck. Rough day for the bubble truck, the 18 of Tyler Ankrum.
Also, while on the subject of trucks, big announcement for the truck series regarding next season. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Canada will return to the truck series schedule next year. Man, it feels good to be back at a track we haven't raced at in years. I remember before 2020, they last raced there in 2019, and after that, it was off the schedule, and I didn't think NASCAR would ever go back racing in Canada, whether it was there, Montreal, or somewhere else. But regardless, I'm really happy to see the truck series back at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It's gonna be a wild race, that's for sure. We saw some wild finishes there in the past, so I won't be surprised if we saw one again next year. And also, tempers flared almost every time we went there, so look out for that as well. And on top of everything, Bowman Gray, There's rumors saying that the Truck Series could run a points race at Bowman Gray there. Be the first NASCAR points race there since 1971. All right, pace car hits the pit road. It's going to be Lane Riggs and Tanner Gray on the front row. Here we go. Friesen goes to second, making those two tires work. 72 of Michael Christopher Jr. is getting swallowed up by the pack.
Give him the runner up. Riggs out from the 34 as they head down the home stretch with 46 laps to go here in New Hampshire.
Christopher Jr. in that 72 truck as a tribute to his Uncle Ted. Racer from Northeast.
Mosak looks good in the truck.
Connor Mosak looking for another top 5. Up spin. There goes Christopher Bell. Caution's out.
He just got turned in that traffic.
Well, didn't think this was going to bring another yellow, but it did.
He documented all the passes he made to work his way up towards the front and lost some of that track position with the guys that took 2 tires versus his 4, and then that restart just did not go his way.
You can see what just got hooked a little bit.
12 starts across the 3 NASCAR series. The man has 7 wins on this track. And racing today is about
Oops, top by the 38.
He gets fun here in New Hampshire.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can get in your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of dementia. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
So I ran some numbers. You guys might want to consider me.
See what?
I doubt it.
These shall ease your grievous throat most readily.
My saltwater cargo.
So, congratulations, sir. That is a new record.
You realize that JPEG doesn't have his financial plan on it? Maybe. I mean, yes. No.
BNC Bank believes a little boring advice goes a long way. Take on rounded rusted bolts with Craftsman overdrive tools.
I'm gonna need that back.
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
A broken windshield shouldn't wreck your budget. That's why Safe Life has Fix Now, Pay Later. We'll fix it wherever you want, and you can pay over time. Get it fixed now, pay later at safelife.com.
Stop debating between a razor burn and burning through another razor. Start shaving with Gillette. With 3 times more protective coatings, no refillable blade lasts longer. So even your 30th shaves feel smooth and comfortable.
The DQ Blizzard Double Flip Deal is here. Buy 1 Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents. 99 cents? That's bananas. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Limited time. Get it in the DQ app.
Tomorrow, the NFL is back on Fox with a preseason showcase as the reigning Super Bowl champions take on the Titans. It all kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on Fox. Such a fun time of year. Football starting up. I was watching my Broncos last night, and man, just we got racing all day today, and tomorrow we got football starting up, and you're into sports. What a time! And it chased baseball as well. Into that time of the year, Christopher Bell hit it moments ago in 62 after he was part of the most recent caution here. 42 to go.
While we're counting all that's going on in the sports world, watch this. You can see just it looked like maybe Chandler thought Bell would stay up a little bit. Bell was driving to the bottom. The pass crossed.
And maybe even overcooked the corner just a little bit there. And you know, something, his tires haven't had a ton to build up fully the air pressure under green, right? I'd hate to think he was on the splitter at that point there. He was down quite a ways on the racetrack, and I mean, there's no denying what happened, right? The 38 got into the 62, and just curious as to how we got to that point. I think we got some radio from Chandler Smith right here.
You apologize, man. My zero foot tire, dude. I think I'll turn a 20-acre freaking field now, man.
And there's our answer. We know that.
That is what it turned, he said.
He runs ninth after starting 12. Chandler Smith in the 38. So front row with their two trucks in the top 10.
Right, back to green. Got 40 to go. Let's do this.
He's already clinched the regular season title here at 26. Green here in New Hampshire.
Nice launch there for Gio on the bottom. You see him lay back just a little bit. He was able to anticipate the start. Candy over that second spot. Greason's trying to break away.
Riggs, now with Cheryl, and freezing in the 52. We were just talking to the break. He's in the 52. What's the mindset here with the trucks that he's battling to get into the chase? Go back to the field for the moment. I mean, I think if you're Stuart Friesen right now, you want to settle in. Third place, as it stands, is good enough. It'll do what you need to do. So settle in. Just save your stuff a little bit. Shifts down to third gear. We've seen him doing that a lot during the race. Maintain every spot you can. Try to keep that 6-point buffer there. You already know that Jake Garcia, he's having some troubles. He's got to make up spots to get to you. The 18 truck, we don't fully know if they've been able to fix those brakes, but I think the general consensus would be that they haven't, and he's probably going to have what he's going to have the rest of the way right now. He's still Myers around 30. And well, Ankrum is down to 28 bucks. Since the restart, Garcia's plus 5 to 18. So that's kind of the guy to watch. Is Ankrum is way deep, and I think you're exactly right. That's going to be a story.
2 is stuck back there.
3 wide all around, and these guys are battling like crazy. But watch when he gets to turn 3. You're going to see Tyler Ankrum. Look at how early he lifts right there. He doesn't have anything to battle with, so he's in a little bit of a tough spot right now.
Look what he's looking at. Trying something that's not feeding into each other. Action all over this little metal track.
Survival back that deep in the field. Ankrum began the day in the final chase spot, but at the moment, he's the first man out, followed by Garcia in the 98.
Olive Brown in the 25 truck right there. Closing in on the entry, as you saw there, Regan, you pointed out. That's where he's giving up all his time.
You get back up here to Jake Garcia, and you see Jake battling right now. He is going to kind of be the storyline, I think, as this keeps playing out. Right now, he's 9 points back, but we've seen that he's got a fast truck. We've seen that he can move his way through the field. Is he going to flip his eyes? So that's the key. That's a lot of positions in 36 laps. Things are going to have to go just right for him, and he's going to have to get aggressive at some point if he's going to make it happen to get the passes done quick right there. I love what he did with the 91 Christian Atkinson.
So far, my Wayne Riggs with 50% looking strong today.
By the way, in front, Stuart Friesen, last time out, was the second fastest truck on the track. So he's stabilized. He's hanging right there in the third spot, doing everything he can as these guys go 3 wide. Oh, big block there from Ben Bell to the bottom. Here, Chandler Smith must have got it to turn into 3 acre field or whatever he was talking about. He's making a good time now.
Got it Zilich on the outside in this battle for fifth. Zilich give him fifth for the moment. Stephen Parsons, his spotter. Excitement surrounding Zilich. We talked about the move in 2028 that was announced this week from the Cup Series. So we'll head to Hendrick Motorsports in the 48.
I don't think this is over. I like that 98 truck, Regan. He's got good speed.
I would agree with that, Michael, as we got battles going on everywhere right now, but you see Jake Garcia on the bottom of the screen right now, and moving up another position and just trying to gain everything he can.
Saw Tristan McKee up on top of the screen. That leg inside of Stewart got loose. Luckily kept it off of Stewart.
In his truck debut in Richmond last week, the 16-year-old Tristan McKee finished 8th. He qualified well this weekend, and he's in 4th at the moment. Right there in the 15 runs behind the 98. This is one of the pressure points on the track. Jake Garcia squarely on the bubble in the 98 truck for the Thor Sport. And Jake's got a number of positions in front of him that, you know, he should be able to, as they're all battling as well, he should be able to start chasing these guys down now. Now that you got some clear racetrack, you see Grant Enfinger just ahead. Grant in a great spot when it comes to the playoffs, so wouldn't expect a big fight there, right?
Garcia's got to look at like 6 or 7 spots, literally.
As you try to get that position now, what he's got to be careful about here is as we get running, it's going to string out a little further and a little further. That's why he's got to make as much hay as he can right now. Since the last restart, Jake Garcia in the 98 plus 8 from 23rd up into the top 15. We go to break. You won't miss a thing. Fox side by side with 30 to go at New Hampshire.
I'm glad we could all play today.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
Well, I say it. Lima, ball me. Lima, ball me again? My bad! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
Nice spoon fan.
The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub, drink it included.
Take on rounded rusted bolts with Craftsman overdrive tools. You need that back. Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
This week at Denny's, the new triple play combo starts at $9.99, starring the new beefier diner QP with an app and a drink, which lured in a surprise McVisitor. Is he loving this more? Find out at Denny's.
Built on will, defined by speed. Led into the concrete and asphalt that is our DNA. From revolution to evolution. Traditions, loud, proud, unmistakable, free. One kick-ass all-American full throttle weekend at a time.
Team Honeycutt recovered to 6th place.
Celebration without a creed.
The Freedom 250 Grand Prix. 7 turns, 1.7 miles. One campus crowd, fans attend after a huge win. He has momentum now across the capital. This is history.
You are fearless, take control. Sprint down the track and get ready for a fight.
To New Hampshire, stretch run. Here at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, not just in today's race, but closing out the regular season. Setting the field for the chase here in 2026. 25 laps to go. It's Riggs out front, already clinched the regular season title. You've got Garcia in the 98, Ankrum in the 18, Friesen in the 52. And right now, Michael, you said you'd like to be the 52 with Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, I like those 6 points I got as an advantage. But like Regan pointed out, there's a lot of trucks right here in front of Jake. And he's going to be aggressive. You could see Grant Enfield get wide there. And Stewart's at risk of losing a spot here. His lap times, Regan, the last few laps have not been where he needs them to be. He has a bit of a gap here after Chandler gets by. It looks like Chandler's going to do that.
Who would you rather be there? And I was going to say, let me play the other side of this argument right here. We see the battle with Stuart Friesen and Chandler Smith on the top of the screen. Let's just picture this. If Chandler Smith, and we think he's going to be able to complete this pass at some point, now all of a sudden Stewart's got another truck right in front of him that affects the handling. Well, just shortly behind them is a whole other flock of trucks that will be bearing down on Stuart Friesen in a moment. Meanwhile, on the bottom of the screen, Jake Garcia, while he's in a hornet's nest of traffic right now, trying to make his way through, he has a lot of trucks around him. He's only 4 or 5 points out right now as he sits there, but he can see those points. And every time Stuart Friesen loses a position, he has to pass less of those trucks. And I think right now, I don't mind being Jake Garcia. I know you want to be Stuart, and you want to be the guy in position that can fend him off. I think I want to go get it about Jake Garcia, though.
And he's going to get it.
He's up to 14.
He's had some encouragement from the pit crew, too, telling him to go for it. Turn on his radio. That's great. This racetrack is just so cool to be here, closing out our regular season.
It's radio from the 98 of Jake Garcia. You're up to 15.
I think he's better than the 2 trucks ahead of him. Corey LaJoy there in the 10 and Andres Perez in the 44.
It's Ankrum is still back in 27th place.
He's done. This truck's just not. The points aren't going to allow him to make a run for it. Between these two.
As the leader crosses the line, we get restart. Craftsman, 20 laps to go. 20 to go here in New Hampshire. 20 to go in the regular season in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series with Lane Riggs, the regular season champion out front.
Talked to Lane this morning. He said, Mike, this truck did everything I wanted to do yesterday. I'm going to be hard to beat. How cool is that, Regan, as a racer, when you know what you know?
And we've seen that building confidence out of Lane Riggs in the 34 truck. And, I think we all questioned last week a little bit from a standpoint of Caden Honeycutt, right? Had that dominant performance at Richmond that he did, and was maybe Caden really starting to creep some of that doubt into Lane Riggs. Lane shows up this week as these guys have done all year long with this back and forth, and Lane says, no, hold on, boys. When it comes down to the stage 3 and the pay window is open, I'm going to go out there and do exactly what I have to. Caden Honeycutt, of course, had those troubles earlier on in the race. They have not been able to rebound all the way from that. He's gotten all the way back up to 6th place. Had that tire going down in stage 1, but lost that track position. Still a good recovery by those guys so far today, but very impressed by the 34. There's Garcia, runs 14 for the moment, going to work on Corey LaJoy at the 10.
Need that point. You see that position. There's 2 of them right out of his windshield. There's going to be contact. Nice run there off turn 2. He's going to get it done.
Every position is a point, so another one right there for the 98 of Jake Garcia, up in the 13th.
Did something go wrong with Corey's track?
Couldn't quite tell there. He's out in history on something went wrong.
CC Bell. He's right. Right there in the picture.
Now keep in mind, Christopher Bell, they're on the radio with him. Hey, get past that 98, do everything you can, because that's a team truck with the 52 is Stuart Friesen. The 98 periods we see right now, Jake Garcia, and this is what I talked about. Make these moves, make them quick. He got the run, take the move, be aggressive. I know the team's been coaching him up on that, and he likely can see that 62 out of his rear view. I know that you don't want to be looking back right now, but he knows that could potentially be a point also if that 62 of Christopher Bell, who's been so good at it, gets back there.
Andres Perez in the 44. He's got the 12th spot for the moment. Garcia trying to take it away.
Meanwhile, in Stuart Friesen's world, there's Tristan McKee and Caden Honeycutt. We saw him struggle early, got over that. Now this is 2 spots that Stuart just can't afford to lose. He's racing hard to keep them as well. He's driving the laps of his life right now. As hard as he can, look at him, lose down into the corner there.
You just don't want to do that. Don't open the window note to him, don't make your tires even more angry than they already are.
Tristan McKee in the 77 looking to take advantage on the inside and make the pass on Friesen. And Caden Honeycutt is right there in the 11, as you guys talked about. What a bounce back late in this race for Honeycutt.
Oh, wow. What a battle.
It's triple bottoms, boys.
Stewart. But my brain's going about 9 different directions. So I'm glad we got 3 pictures there to help me sort things out here.
And not to discredit here Tyler Ankrum, and I know that we've documented his problems. He's finding a way to get some spots here and there, and everything he does keeps getting himself into the picture. You see on the left side of the screen, he's only 2 points back right now. He does have some positions in front of him, and as these tires get older, he's been able to make up a couple spots, so he's moved up to 25th, was as far back as 30th at one point, so he's doing everything he can. All 3 of these drivers are getting after this. I don't know what more you can ask for right now.
Friesen right now, 2 to the good on Ankrum, and Garcia is right there, 3 points back.
I thought those brakes, you see wide off turn 4 there, I thought the brakes were going to be the end to Ankrum. He says, not so fast, Mike. I still got a shot at this.
Well, the saving grace for Tyler right now is this long run. As the run gets longer, you don't be as aggressive into the corners. And I can tell you many times I've been to New Hampshire, maybe a crew chief told me, save fuel. I start lifting earlier. They say, keep saving fuel. You're going faster. We need you to slow down. I said, no, I'm lifting earlier. I'm going faster. So that can happen as the tires get older. And you know, what I don't think that Tyler necessarily would want is a restart, because that's when he appears to be the most vulnerable, when he's got to really use those brakes and be aggressive.
How about the job that Friesen has done for the moment, holding off both Honeycutt and McKee, although back on the bottom here is Honeycutt trying to make the pass for 4th.
Honeycutt needs everything he can do to finish this season strong. We saw the statement he made in Richmond. He doesn't want to lay down here late.
Second win last week there in Richmond, leading 225 in the 250 laps. And again, Friesen continues to hold it off with 11 to go here and hold that 4th position.
Caden keeps creeping up closer and closer to being able to be door to door with him here. And just keep that gas as they get off the corner. And, you know, credit to Stuart Friesen, right? Because those guys have chased him down, and he's trying to find just another gear to be able to keep himself in position. They've driven away from Tristan McKee. It looked like Tristan McKee was in position to make that pass a few moments ago. There's that shift again, just all day long. Stuart working as hard as he can.
10 to go here in New Hampshire.
It'll be the hardest 10 laps of Stuart Friesen's year right here, trying to close it out. You can see Honeycutt's a little bit better right now.
It's a 1-point advantage for Friesen on Ankrum, 2 points on Garcia.
Ankrum just picked up the spot, got around Gray in the 15 truck.
Ankrum up to 24th with the 18 truck. Drama all over the track. We came on the air talking about the bubble. And these 3 trucks, and it has delivered in a big way with 8 laps to go.
How about this? Full regular season, we're talking about tiebreakers, who's got the advantage of the best finish over the other guys. We're trying to see.
Ankrum does have the tiebreaker over Jake Garcia. Friesen has the tiebreaker over both the 18 and the 38.
Here goes the 11. He's going to get that spot away from Stewart.
And I mean, look at this right now. Look at the bottom left of your screen, the points currently with 7 laps to go. And I don't know how you relay this to your driver. All you can do is tell him right now, every position counts.
Yes, and you can see Tristan McKee is not out of the picture, getting that spot away from Friesen.
Right now, Friesen is tied with the 18, but he's got the tiebreaker on Ankrum.
And you can see the 18's got 2 trucks just ahead of him. Drove around. Gray is driven away, catching the next truck ahead.
Everything you got, we can't leave one more spot.
Everything you got. That's what these guys are giving.
That was the radio of the 52. Friesen runs 5th. Cannot give up the spot. Oh, to Tristan McKee, and we've got a caution as the one of Kevin Moschel slams into the wall.
He was running inside the top 10.
And you saw that happen just in front of Jake Garcia. That's going to be a position also, and a hard hit for Gavin Bushell. just caught the top glimpse of it on the screen as it happened on the bottom right of the 3 screens with everything going on that we had, and this changes everything. Absolutely, just everything again.
Wow.
One more twist. At least one more twist in this regular season.
Let's just throw overtime into this mess. What do y'all say?
Oh man, why not? We've seen it all so far.
I think we've seen it all so far.
I don't think we have, Regan. It's gonna be the wildest finish of the year. So much on the line. I like what I saw with Ankrum. You talked about the fact that as the tires got older and the traffic thinned out, that would be an advantage for Ankrum, and he did a great job racing his way into contention.
At this very second, the 52, the 18, and the 98 are all deadlocked. 3-way tie for the final chase spot. Friesen, Ankrum, and Garcia. And here's what just happened.
Oh. Looks like he got loose in. Wow, what a hit. It looked like there was any other truck on his back.
This looked like where the tire marks were from that, Michael. I mean, that started early, and it didn't look like he was able to really check any of the speed as it was heading to the wall either.
Now the jet ski was just ahead of him.
We talked about the challenges of turn 1, and look, where those tire marks? It looked like there was even possibly some tire marks prior to getting into the corner, really, just about. So
he had done such a great job again today, running inside the top 10. Sad to see it go down like that.
Now, who do you want to be? Those 3 trucks. The road is over.
I don't want to be the crew chiefs, I can tell you that, because I don't want to make this decision right here either.
I think you've got to stay out.
Yeah, I would think so, but what if you're Jake Garcia, Tyler Ankrum, back in the pack a little bit? What if everybody around you fits?
Ankrum runs 23rd at the moment. Jake Garcia runs 11th in the 98.
Oh, we got some takers back there, Regan. You called it.
A lot of takers. Ankrum, not one of them, stayed out.
Okay, so I like that move for Tyler Ankrum, right? I think that's the perfect move because he just picked up like 5 or 6 positions right there. That's going to leapfrog him back up into the mix right now.
And then it's going to put him at the tail end of right ahead of the guys that have come and got tires. So he's going to be vulnerable.
We know that he can't be aggressive if he's trying to pass guys on a restart. So I think you do everything you can, gain all the spots you can. Even if you put the truck on the outside, you leave the truck on the outside and just get as much as you can and hope that you don't get run over from behind in that moment.
The 3 bubble trucks all stay out. Stuart Friesen in the 52. Tyler Ankrum in the 18. Jake Garcia in the 98. Drama here at New Hampshire to close out the regular season in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We got a shootout and perhaps more twists and turns when we come back on FS1.
Great news. I'm prescribing you Icatide, a new kind of treatment for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Just 1 pill, once a day.
You're unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right?
I meant
The results? Icatide provides powerful skin clearance, and I've seen my patients achieve completely clear skin. It also has a proven safety profile, with Icatide patients reporting side effects at rates similar to placebo.
you've seen the
Oh, patient brochures.
Do you want one? Increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor may check you for infections, TB, if you need a vaccine, or have kidney problems. Icatide. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
You're unbelievable.
And there it was, the first great American yell, echoing like a sonic boom across this country. This country didn't tiptoe onto the world stage. Hell no. We were born loud. Liberty is loud, baby. Something to say? Say it. Something to prove? Prove it. Because in this country, in loud we trust.
Great race, bud.
You're the man, Denny. Should we hit the town and celebrate?
We could. Or we could.
Denny Hamlin!
Now this is how you celebrate.
You really know me, Denny. Like Progressive knows their 37 million customers.
We're like a best friend.
Exactly.
Say
No.
If your car could talk, it would tell you to get Progressive.
Is that hot cocoa in there?
You know it.
Slurp.
Hello, look at me. Go. Now look at these football men signing on to become Old Spice men. What now, coach? Training montage.
I am Wars.
You can't play in the NFL, but you smell like it.
Bush guy, cold and smooth survival skills.
My watch is broken.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. And for the mountains.
It's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Rough finish for Gavin Bochelle, who went down his truck. He's okay, but a lot of damage to the one as they take it off on the hook.
You see the mess that was a result of that hard hit. I'm glad Gavin's okay.
We are going to have NASCAR overtime. Craftsman Truck Series to close out the regular season.
Did you expect anything different, Regan? I mean, of all the things we've been through today.
I did not.
Wow, what a day.
Okay, Amanda is standing by with the crew chief of the 52 Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, guys, if you can sense the body language down here. I got crew guys up here with knees shaking, and I'm going to catch up with Bruce. And we were just talking off camera. You said you've been in this position again, but you guys have given Stuart everything to be able to fight it out. And if you're in this position, why do you want Stuart to be your driver?
This is a Saturday night shootout right here, so he's probably the best at this. First and foremost, we're hoping Dustin gets a speedy recovery at home. I got granted to be able to come out here and do this week. Been in this position before in my career, so it's just going to be a Saturday night shootout. This team brought one heck of a truck here with that Hampshire Toyota. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a fight in the back for Ankrum. It's going to be a fight up front for sure, I can tell you that. So we'll see what happens.
As Bruce just mentioned, Dustin Dunn is home watching. Guys, I don't know if I'd want to be here to watch this or at home watching it.
Amazing. What you just said. I'm not sure you want to be in a position of crew chief. You have so much control.
This is going to be wild.
The caution certainly benefited the 18 of Ankrum, gained a bunch of positions with a lot of trucks coming down pit road. He is on old tires, but you would think if he maintains.
That's going to be hard to maintain, though, man. We've seen him struggle with his brakes. He's got the older tires, new tires all around him.
He is plus 10 to the good as we get the shootout. All right, for more on the 18, here's Josh.
Well, guys, it's been a rough day for Tyler Ankrum with those brake issues, but all he could ask for is a chance, and he got that with that caution coming out. Of course, a number of people in front of him pitted. He picked up some spots, but he knows he's got fresh tires behind him. Take a listen to the radio of the team encouraging him here on this restart, guys.
Listen, they're not all going to get you because it's going to be a green-white checker. You just got to race it off once we throw the green. We got all the faith in the world in you, man. We're going to make this happen. You got this thing.
That's impressive what this kid's doing right now with this truck not being where he wanted to be. The team put him in this position. They're saying it's right there for you. Go get it.
And I love Spotter Eddie DeHaan hopping on the radio, right? Giving them that information, letting them know, because that's one thing as we were talking about it a moment ago, I was thinking about 2 laps. That's all you got to do. You got to do 2 laps. Put it on the outside if you have to. Overdrive it if you have to. It's a wide racetrack. You can use a lot of it if you need to. And the team reminding them of those things. And, we talked earlier, Michael, about what position you wanted to be in.
Who you want to be?
I don't know right now. I honestly don't know right now.
2-lap shootout. The leader takes the white flag. Next flag ends the race.
I like that. When Stewart was up front with the point advantage, I liked Stewart. Now I kind of like Tyler. he has that advantage. Can he hang on to it?
Friesen runs 5th. Tyler Ankrum. That's big time off this caution. He's in 14th. Jake Garcia is in 11th.
juicing it up. Getting ready to find out. All this anticipation.
Friesen went to the outside. Not a surprise there. Anticipated he would take the outside. I think the same thing for Tyler Ankrum as well because of the brake situation he's got.
Very lit, just to the top.
Kind of on a side note, Lane Riggs going for his 6th win of the season, and he already clinched the regular season title. Oh, by the way,
on another side note, Gio Ruggiero saying, I'm here, y'all. Don't forget about me. I'm going to go try to get this victory. And Chandler Smith up on the outside.
This is Gio's home track from Seacon, Massachusetts, so he would love to do it in front of his family and friends in that 17.
Home game.
How aggressive is this restart about to be right here?
I don't think they make it back.
Might not be the last one that we're talking about.
I'm not thinking we're going to have a couple overtime.
Unlimited attempts, as always.
These guys are hungry.
Pace car moves down pit road. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Overtime in a shootout in the regular season finale. Riggs on the outside of the 34. Ruggiero wraps him out in the 17. Gunning for the win up front. And sideways for the 17 and around for Ruggiero. And caution will come out.
Oh, look at Ankrum.
Just slid right through there. What a job to get through that by Tyler Ankrum. You saw the same thing I did, Michael. A great move there. And unfortunately, Gio Ruggiero, he just sailed it off into the corner, trying to do everything he could to stay to the inside. And man, it didn't work out for him. And you could see him trying to stay off of the 34 of Lane Riggs and not get into him. And in doing that, ended up wrecking himself and a number of other trucks here. Connor Bozak was having a nice day in that 7 truck.
Solid run for Connor again.
Well, you said it, Michael.
Yeah, I was afraid I was going to be right. I didn't want to be.
We're just going to stretch this regular season a little bit longer in 2026.
Caution.
Shit. Final ticket for the chase. Let's see who takes the checkered flag.
First of all, look at that angle. He was really low, and that just lost any chance he had to get that truck turned.
And I think Lane Riggs almost
overtime.
A little bit. You saw Lane start to move up in the middle right there. And
look at Ankrum. Man, what a job.
Oh, damn.
Mopping and weaving all the way through there. What a great job.
Oh, shit.
18 truck.
See, Friesen as well.
Yeah. Look late at Ankrum right there. Just barely squeezing to the inside of Gio.
Did they hit? Do you think they made
I don't think so.
I don't know if they did.
There's no damage to the left front. Great job by Chandler squeezing to the bottom. There's Friesen.
Through that also, Jake Garcia on the far left of the screen. He was able to go all the way along on the bottom side of the racetrack as well. And, we got to make note of that he found his way through there.
Look at that pack barreling down on this spinning truck. Andres Perez with big damage too.
More to go for Bozak in the 7.
And the pull there.
We're going to go ground level here and see the carnage off turn 2. And watch that beautiful move by the 18 truck of Tyler Ankrum. We need to hop on board with him and look at what this mess looked like.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, here we go. He has no idea right now.
Oh, and I don't think there was.
And 18 had a close call with that whip.
If he's able to battle his way into this chase based on that move, we're going to have to remember that. Bozak, Ruggiero, Perez is involved in a wreck on lap 180. We'll do it again, re-wreck him for double overtime. Here's the Hampshire.
America, worth defending, with a relentless warrior ethos. Our bravest stand tall on the shoulders of giants, securing peace through strength. Now is the time to earn your place in the fight.
Hello there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Liberty Bibberty, and I'm here to tell everyone it feels great getting great coverage and savings on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Hi, I'm Liberty Bibberty. Great coverage, great savings. Liberty, 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 Liberty. Hey, Brian Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. If you're receiving this in 70mm large format as it is intended to be seen, don't worry, you'll still be able to follow the story. This summer, every Mint plan is $15 a month, even unlimited. See? Super simple. You may not be seeing the unicorns and mermaids you shot practically, by the way, but as long as you understand the offer, we're good. The director's cut is going to be insane. Let's leave the offer up for another 172 minutes. Thank you very much.
The DQ Blizzard Double Flip Deal is here. Buy one Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents. 99 cents? That's bananas. Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Limited time. Get it in the DQ app.
Take on rounded rusted bolts with Craftsman overdrive tools. I'm gonna need that back. Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
+9 on Garcia. Friesen is 10 back to the cup line.
And I think as you look at that, right, and this is going to be another critical choose when they get ready to do that here in a little bit. In terms of Tyler Ankrum, where do you go? I think you go right back to the outside again like you did. I know that wreck almost ended up right in the front of your truck, but did a nice job of avoidance to get through that. To find
Christopher Jr. to top 10.
You got to choose the top again if you're Tyler Ankrum. And, you know, the question's going to be how well he does of fending those guys off, because right now he controls his own destiny. The other two drivers we saw right there, Jake Garcia 9 points back and Stuart Friesen 10 points back. They don't have enough guys in front of them that they can pass to control their own destiny and you know, keep Tyler Ankrum out of it at this point. So it's going to be wild. We saw one wild green-white checkered already. This is going to be another one.
Amanda is with the crew chief of the 18.
Yes, Mark Kelvin just said, my job is done. It's all on Tyler Ankrum. And what a journey for the 18 today. Mark, there were crew guys that were underneath his truck working on a brake issue. What is Tyler dealing with out there?
He just had we got something internally. We haven't diagnosed it completely. It doesn't seem like a brake leak. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to fix it. So I've done all we can setup-wise to try to help him with it. He's done a good job on learning how to deal with it on track. He's got actually caught a little bit of pace. So it's all on him now, right? So
no issue for a restart.
No, he'll be fine. He's got brake pedal. It's just not a good brake pedal, right?
Thank you. Right, that's what I find most interesting. Mark was saying what Tyler is dealing with out there when it comes to the 52. I was just listening to the radio. Bruce said, "Don't worry about points right now. You just go win this race."
Talking about Bruce Cook, Friesen's crew chief.
Man,
I like his attitude.
Well, and
He's got to be on offense.
And that's the one, that's the one element we haven't talked about. When I say that that I felt like Tyler Ankrum could control his own destiny, well, you know what, Bruce Cook's right. Caden Honey, Stuart Friesen, it all mixed up today. Stuart Friesen can control his own destiny as well by going up there, finding a way to win the race. So that is one other avenue that we haven't really thought about, partially because of the dominance in this third stage that Lane Riggs has shown.
He's going to restart on road 2. I would guess he would pick the outside if that option is there for him.
I just think based on how that truck's looked all day long, he's going to have to, right, Mikey? I can't imagine him trying to bottom when it looks like his preferred line has been up a little bit.
What a day. We previewed that there was going to be a fun afternoon of NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing, and here it is. Oh, Stewart goes to the bottom because he got went top.
Taking the bottom as well. Tyler
The green flag run, even though it was short, it was enough to put me to sleep.
Maybe the safer play was the top for him, but give it a go on the bottom.
All three bubble trucks take the bottom. On the twos, we get set for the second try at overtime. Remember that fast number 62 truck back there? You see, like Christopher Jr., the 72, Christopher Bell. He's got a fast ride. Will he be able to charge forward?
And remember stage 2, Chandler Smith starting inside his teammate Lane Riggs right there. Chandler Smith flexed some muscle earlier in this race too, and I don't think we'll see teammates do the same thing we saw in the last start, but you never know.
Never know. I think it's going to be wild. I just hope they keep them straight, but I'm wondering if they will. Tristan McKee there in that third row, 77. Great job again for that kid.
Here we come.
All right, coming to the second attempt at overtime in the Craftsman Truck Series race at New Hampshire. Here we go. This is the regular season finale for the series. Well, at least the regular is going to win this one. Caden Honeycutt going for second on the 38. Here we go. White flag, 1 to go. Jake Garcia up to 13th. Meanwhile, at the front, it's not going to be enough. Off the final corner, Lane Riggs, who is the regular season champion, is going to win the Truck Series race at New Hampshire. It's another 1-2 finish for Front Row Motorsports. And I think Ankram's going to make it into the chase. Yeah, that's going to bump the 98 and 52 out. Man, it almost worked for the 52 and others, but not enough. Lane Riggs led 106 laps today. Hey, Parker Eatman gets a top 10. Same with Justin Haley. Zillish finishes 5th. Well, Lane Riggs is the only one of the few drivers that can keep the Cup guys at bay, and he did. No, I think the 34 just came on strong at the end. That's all. Wow.
Amazing. 20 minutes ago, we thought the 18 was done.
At least we made it back to the white flag before another caution came out. And we did.
He was so calm in that pre-race interview, there's no mistakes, go out and do my job, and that's exactly what he did. The truck didn't do its job
Wow.
as much as he would have liked.
What could have been for Stuart Friesen? 4th place, not bad, though, to end off the regular season. You can still win, though.
He was maintaining spot in the top 5, but he's the first truck on the wrong side of the bubble. Meantime, for the 6th time this year, the 34 celebrates and headed to victory
Wow.
11th career win.
11th career win already for the 34. Wow. Yeah, he'll be going places. He's burning it there. Michael Christopher Jr., 12th in the 72. Not bad. It's kind of stuck. Nope, there you go.
After stage 2, clinched the regular season title here in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and the number 1 seed for the chase.
Yeah.
Flips the finishing touches.
Kind of a decent, probably just another average truck race in New Hampshire. Wasn't bad. Yeah, that 34 is undoubtedly going to be the favorite. Keeps this momentum up. He's going to clinch the championship before the final race of the season. But only time will tell. Wow. What a finish. Burn down up against the wall. Reverse burnout. Wow. Nice.
does he, Ricky?
They can change him out to get that one in the trailer at the end of the night.
Bare knuckle brawl, and he brawled. What a season it is for this team.
6 wins in his second career start here on this track. It's his first win at New Hampshire. His third last year in dejection for Garcia, who finishes 12th in the points standings and just not quite enough. A 14th place finish here today. And he, obviously go back to being out of his pit box pretty late in the race.
Yeah, and that certainly started to set the tone, but did everything he needed to do to try and get back up there.
Lane Riggs in the 34 truck for front row. The season they've had between he and Chandler Smith. Lane Riggs after the win, standing by with Josh Sims.
Well, guys, what an incredible season Riggs has been able to put together. A series-leading 6 victory to cap things off. Led over 100 laps today, and he picks up his first win here at New Hampshire. And, of course, you lock up the regular season championship as well. What kind of a statement did you guys make, not just this season, but capping off the regular season this way today? Statement win. I mean, this is awesome. Thank you to all the fans. I got a lot of people in the
All right.
Thank you guys so much. Love coming up here. I'm ready for some lobster.
6th win this season for Lane Riggs, man. He's come a long way, that's for sure. I'll tell you that.
Thank you to everybody at Front Row Motorsports, Ford Racing. You got Bare Knuckle Boxing Brawl on the side again. Got another win, another dominant victory. Roman take on it. I thought I was off a little bit. I thought I was in trouble. Zilch got by me, Chandler got by me. I was just really tight. Couldn't get where I needed to.
All right.
My crew chief, Phil Capello, engineer Jonathan Coates. I made some excellent adjustments there at the end. Thank you to my teammate Chandler for racing clean there at the end. I mean, 1-2, Front Row Motorsports is in the name. So super excited. I love this place. I love this type of racetrack.
Well, Front Row Motorsports and the Truck Series is living up to their team's namesake.
Here at New Hampshire to cap off the regular season.
Tyler, I talked to your crew chief right before that final reset. He said, my job is done. It is all on Tyler. You came over the radio after the race and said, I am not happy. In your career, how difficult was what you just pulled off?
It's extremely. Very rare to get to come to a place as fast as this, and you have no rear brakes, and we can't fix the problems. Just, we've had adversities like this throughout the year.
So first Truck Series chase race is Bristol. So your chase field, according to Bob Parkers for the Truck Series, is Lane Riggs, Caden Honeycutt, Chandler Smith, Christian Eckes, Ruggiero, Majeski, Enfinger, Rhodes, Hemrick, and Ankrum. All right, so we got 3 Bill McAnally trucks in the top in the chase. So, yeah, cool. Wow. Well, I think I might end it off here. Pretty average Truck Series race for New Hampshire. We opened with a caution on the first lap, and we ended the race with 2 overtimes. Lately, I've just been feeling tired, and I'm glad I woke up in time to see a caution there at the end. I mean, I don't like races going to overtime, but it benefited for me because I was able to wake up in time. At least I woke up in time to see a regular win, so I'm sure the people will take that.
Great stuff. Interesting take on it, right?
There's Bill.
I said the same thing that Tyler was saying. He's out of it. He's not going to be able to make it. But what great advice by his team to help figure out a way to get that thing to the finish, and he did a great job there.
Yeah, thought it was going to be another, right for the race, thought it was going to be another win for our Cup regular, that being Carl Zillish, but nope. Lane Riggs changed that, and he ended up winning the race. Well, he ended up coming on there towards around close to the halfway point, and yeah, Lane Riggs just. All right, so Lane Riggs has 2,100 points going into the chase. Hey. Yeah, Lane Riggs, he was just strong all day. He just came out strong there past the halfway point, I think. I mean, yeah, there were a few comers and goers here and there. But, yeah, the front row motorsports guys, they came on strong. Well, they were strong all day pretty much. Caden Honeycutt recovered from that issue early on for third place, so not a bad day for him. Could have been a lot worse. Stuart Friesen, man, if he won New Hampshire, that would be quite a win, that's for sure. Connor Zillis, Tristan McKee, get good finishes. Same with Christopher Bell, Justin Haley, Parker Eatman finish in the top 10. It's nice to see a Dodge, one of the colleague racing trucks, finish in the top 10. Christopher Jr. 12th, Jake Garcia 14th. Ingram finished 16th. Okay. Colin Braun finished 24th. Not bad for him. Damn, Christian Eckes had a rough day, 28th. It was another what could have been day for these folks back here. And something happened to Gavin Bochelle. Oh, well. Anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Cup race in New Hampshire. With that said, thank you for watching. Congrats to my boy Lane Riggs on getting it done. He's definitely the championship favorite this year. That said, I'll see y'all next time. All right. Bye, everyone. See you then. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.